very quickly to the trends this morning. What are you saying about some of the big stories? And Jeffrey, we're starting with the passage of the 54.9 trillion naira budget by the National Assembly. And Sunday Truck is the first user this morning who says, it's a massive budget, but I hope they can manage it properly. We've seen large budgets before with little impact.
Kylie.
Oh, I have the next one. I'm just lost in all of the comments. Samuel Okeleji, also speaking about this, says that these guys are just reading out heavy figures, knowing that there's nothing Nigerians can do about it, good or bad. They're just informing us. Well, ideally, they are your representatives, right? So it's assumed. In fact, it's not assumed, it's taken that they are speaking for you. That's why they're your representatives. Whether or not that is the case is another thing entirely. So when you say as though Nigerians can do nothing about it, Nigerians have done something about it by proxy through their representatives. Again, if that is the case, is another thing entirely.
And speaking of representatives, I wonder if you asked them at the engagement level about last year's disagreement over 500 million naira constituency allowance, that arose as a result of the whistleblowing by Honorable Abdul Ningi. And I recall leaders argued vehemently in favor of the constituency allowance and projects. And some were saying, Nigerians should come back later and ask us if they do not find street lights, water, boreholes in their communities. So did you get any extra infrastructure in your constituency? And did you ask them those very critical questions about how, they spent those funds? Very important.
Let's go to S.A. Chukuma. Before we rejoice, let's look at the basis and analyze them carefully. We have seen and heard of budgets. So it's not the first budget in Nigeria. What's the last budget's performance?
Good question. And Adewale Damilare says, it's sad that our National Assembly is merely a rubber stamp. As to the budget, let's hope the citizens will be better for it.
All right, let's move on to the next talking point. And this was a surprise visit by the Education Minister to King's College. And guess what? Said that he uncovered 8-month power outage. Yeah, so take a look at it. So you can see the students there clapping and rejoicing. And I hope it wouldn't be like the UCH situation. The power will be restored to the hospital and the halls of residents will not have power. But I bet that if commissioners... Okay, take...
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here with you, the future leaders of our country. I came in about 7:30. It was enough visit. I wanted to see things the way they are. I've been around. I've been to your classes. I went to your chemistry lab, your physics lab, your biology lab, your technical drawing lab. I went to your ICT center. And also I went to your dining room. I went to several of your classes. I went to your dormitory. I must say, the state of the facilities that I've seen here, it's not what we want our children like you to use. The facilities are quite...
Okay, so exactly what the minister was talking about, talked about the power outage, but let's get to what the people are saying, Kaidi.
Yeah, that's the minister, Tunji Lausa, there. So first off is Alien or Alien Exchange saying other ministers or commissioners should emulate this and should be done in public offices. When found wanting, sanctions should be issued accordingly.
And, we must commend the minister for this, what seems to be this hands-on approach to tackling issues of education. I recall that he engaged, stakeholders and promised to, revitalize polytechnics. We hope that while he's at it also, that age-long argument over dichotomy between polytechnic degrees and university degrees will also be addressed. But as we also say always on this program, that there's a difference between effort and result. We hope to see the result of what seems to be his proactive approach to tackling issues. What are you saying, Sunday Truck? Seems like the education minister is keeping an eye on things. A surprise visit can sometimes highlight important issues.
Chuksandi says some teachers who normally come late may be caught unawares, including the principal. Nice one by the minister. Let's move on from there to Lagos State government increasing the fare, we understand, of the BRT buses. Okay, Sunday Truck again. He's been talking a lot. The increased fares can really strain people, especially with the current economic situation. I hope it's not too much of a burden.
And Sunday Truck again.
Maybe you will skip him and go to somebody else.
Car Plug. Car Plug
Why
is the
now?
next.
Why you skip his Sunday Truck?
He has spoken twice.
He's very efficient.
For democracy's sake.
Yeah, let's be representative this morning as much as we can. A Car Plug says, isn't it CNG? Why the increment? I thought CNG is cheaper than PMS and AGO. Well, we must confirm that.
Good
Have
question.
all the BRT buses in
They
Lagos
should actually be on
been,
CNG.
transited from being petrol powered to CNG powered?
Some were even electric BRTs.
Electric BRT, and if that's the case, then we must engage.
So the minister,
the State
do they have Commissioner for
Information.
Transport in Lagos?
Oh, yes. So let's understand what the operation is. Is it just the operation of the vehicles themselves? Does that mean maintenance? Is there any other adjoining costs? Because it's not just the bus. There's the ticketing process. There's employment and all of that. So it's important because all of those measures were meant to reduce costs, CNG or electric. But now we're seeing an increase. This next user, Stanley Tochukwu, says everything in this country is on the rise, but the salary is still stagnant. The salary hasn't gotten a memo yet.